Feng Yuan by Ningbing actually wants to have your baby. I'm your real fiancé. What the hell do you take me for? I looked at my fiancé Liu Ru Yan teasingly. You're even willing to do IVF for your childhood sweetheart. Of course I can have a baby with my childhood sweetheart. We're not even married yet. Don't be so double standard, okay? In the evening, I went to a seafood restaurant with my childhood sweetheart Bai Ningbing. I ran into my fiancé out of nowhere. Her little childhood sweetheart. Qiang was sitting beside her. I had my little childhood sweetheart with me. We even told each other our schedules beforehand. She said she had to entertain a big client that night. I said I had to work overtime on a big project. When my fiancé Liu Ru Yan saw me, her eyes immediately filled with panic. She stood up abruptly. Babe, what are you doing here? Her eyes darted back and forth between Bai Ningbing and me, especially when she saw Bai Ningbing holding my arm. Her face instantly darkened. She walked over in quick steps and stopped right in front of me. She was trembling with anger. Feng Yuan, who is he? Why are you two together? I looked at her teasingly. Liu Ru Yan, didn't you say you were entertaining a big client? I raised an eyebrow and looked at her little childhood sweetheart, Qiang. Hakio had an amused smirk on his face. His eyes landed on my face, full of provocation. Oh, so this is the big client you were talking about. Liu Ru Yan's breath caught in her throat. The anger on her face froze instantly. She opened her mouth. Babe, I know you don't like Qiang, but today's his birthday. I promised I'd have dinner with him. I was afraid you'd get mad, that's why I lied. Didn't you also say you had to work overtime on a big project? She pointed at Bai Ningbing. Then who is she? Bai Ningbing let go of my arm, grinning from ear to ear. Hi sister, I'm Bai Ningbing. I'm Yuan's childhood sweetheart. We grew up together. Brother Yuan has always treated me like his little sister. I just got back to the country, and Brother Yuan just finished his big project too. So I begged him to bring me here to try the food. You don't mind, right, sister? After she said that, she didn't forget to give Liu Ru Yan a provocative look. Liu Ru Yan blew up instantly. Her voice suddenly went up several octaves. Oh, your so-called childhood little sister. You two are cuddling together late at night. Do you think I'm blind? Bai Ningbing acted like she was super scared, gripping my arm tightly. Her eyes turned red right away. Brother Feng Yuan, it's all my fault. I shouldn't have begged you to come eat with me, I'm sorry. I know I don't deserve to be here. Don't fight because of me, okay? When Liu Ru Yan saw her act like this, her face turned green with anger. She stared daggers at Bai Ningbing. You little green tea bitch. Stop putting on that fake act. Hearing that, Bai Ningbing held on to me even tighter. Her tiny body kept trembling. Tears about to fall any second. Enough. I frowned, stared at Liu Ru Yan and snapped. Liu Ru Yan, Bai Ningbing already explained it to you. I only see her as a little sister. We have nothing going on between us. How long are you going to keep being unreasonable for? If there really was something between us, it would have happened ages ago. Why would I have stayed with you all these years? Of course, when someone's got a dirty mind, they see everything as dirty. Liu Ru Yan's face turned pale, then green in an instant. She looked at me in disbelief, like she couldn't wrap her head around it no matter what. That I would say these things to her. Feng Yuan, you're yelling at me. She's such an obvious green tea. Can't you tell? I'm your fiancé. Bai Ningbing quickly tugged at my hand and said in a pitiful soft voice, Brother Feng Yuan, don't fight because of me. I just wanted to have a meal with you, that's all. If Sister Ruyan doesn't agree, I can just not eat, okay? Don't let me ruin your relationship. It's all my fault. Just then, Qiang also hurried over. He was standing a bit far away earlier, so he didn't hear most of what we said. He probably thought we were fighting because of him, and looked really guilty. Sister Ruyan, don't fight because of me. I just wanted to have a meal with you. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I know I don't deserve to be here. When Liu Ru Yan heard this, she was completely stunned. She couldn't help but look at Qiang with a hint of suspicion. Qiang was a bit confused, but he still bit the bullet and looked at me to keep talking. Brother Feng Yuan, don't blame Sister Ruyan. Please don't let me affect your relationship. It's all my fault. I curled my lip and sneered, you little green tea. What are you even pretending for? Qiang felt extremely wronged hearing that. He quickly hid behind Liu Ru Yan. Tears started dripping down his face. Liu Ru Yan had a complicated look in her eyes. She didn't act like she usually would, and comfort Qiang right away. When Qiang saw Liu Ru Yan's unhappy face, a flicker of doubt flashed in his eyes. Then he rolled his eyes, and the very next second, He suddenly clutched his chest. Sister Ru Yan, my chest hurts so bad. Am I going to die soon? After saying that, he wobbled and almost fell. Liu Ru Yan was totally terrified. All her earlier doubts vanished completely. She hurried to hold him up. What's wrong, Qiang? Don't scare me like that. And Kyo took the chance to lean against her. He shook his head, pretending to be tough. It's okay, Sister Ru Yan. It's just an old problem. Thank you, Sister Ru Yan. After saying that, Qiang didn't forget to shoot me a smug little look. Seeing this, Bai Ningbing suddenly yelped, "Ow!" She held her head and fell into my arms. Brother Feng Yuan, my head is spinning so bad. Looks like my low blood sugar is at its final stage. Am I gonna die, Brother Feng Yuan? I also hurried to hold her up. My face was full of worry. What's wrong, Ningbing? Don't scare me like that. Bai Ningbing pressed her whole body against me. She shook her head, pretending to be tough. It's okay, Brother Feng Yuan. This happens when I don't eat for too long. It's just an old problem. Thank you, Brother Feng Yuan. After she finished speaking, she also shot Liu Ru Yan a smug look. When Liu Ru Yan saw how Bai Ningbing was acting, she was almost furious enough to explode. She didn't care about Qiang anymore. She let go of him and rushed towards me. Qiang, who had been leaning on her, lost his balance. He fell flat on the ground with a loud thud. His eyes were full of shock. The commotion here had already caught the diners' attention. When they saw how Qiang looked, they could barely hold back their laughter. They covered their mouths and snickered. Qiang was extremely embarrassed. His face turned bright red. Liu Ru Yan rushed over and pulled me hard. She stared daggers at Bai Ningbing. You little green tea, stop faking sickness and acting pitiful. Don't you think this is super disgusting? I shoved Liu Ru Yan away hard. I looked disgustedly at Qiang sitting on the ground. You hear that? Your sister Ru Yan told you to stop faking sickness and acting pitiful. Don't you think this is super disgusting? I pointed at Liu Ru Yan's nose and said coldly, Liu Ru Yan, Bai Ningbing is such a kind person, and she has late-stage low blood sugar. Yet you say she's faking her illness. Do you even have a heart? Do you have any idea how tired you make me with this crap? Liu Ru Yan looked at me with complete disbelief on her face, like she was meeting me for the first time. I didn't bother arguing with her anymore. I grabbed Bai Ningbing and walked away quickly. Ningbing, let's go eat somewhere else. Ignore them. Feng Yuan, get back here right now. Liu Ru Yan yelled furiously. She was just about to run after me to pull me back, but Qiang held onto her tightly. Sister Ru Yan, my chest hurts so bad. Don't leave me alone. Liu Ru Yan gritted her teeth. She looked at Qiang's pained expression. She couldn't bear to leave him in the end. She stomped her foot angrily. She ended up staying behind. Liu Ru Yan and I dated for 5 years. 2 years in college. 3 years after graduation. She used to be the cold, aloof campus belle in college. She gave off a really cold, distant vibe. No strangers dared to get close to her. Countless suitors got rejected and gave up on her. Liu Ru Yan came from a poor family. She worked part-time all through college to pay tuition. Even though I had a crush on her. After all, everyone glances twice at a pretty girl. I didn't talk to her much at the very beginning. That was until my junior year of college. I was eating at a restaurant one time. She was working there part-time as a cashier. I walked right in on her foreman sexually harassing her. Liu Ru Yan was so angry her pretty face turned bright red. She bit her lip tightly, trying not to let her tears fall. Without saying a single word, I punched that pervert right in the face. In the chaos, I grabbed her cold, shaking little hand and ran out of that disgusting restaurant with her. That night, I took her to Phoenix Mountain to see the city night view. She told me about a lot of bad experiences she had. Similar harassment incidents just like that one. She called the police several times. She switched part-time jobs again and again. It's just that this restaurant foreman was bolder than all the previous perverts she met, and way more disgusting too. Later, I got her a job at my cousin's place, with my cousin watching out for her. Nothing like that ever happened again. She was really grateful to me, and offered to treat me to dinner. As we hung out more and more, we naturally got together. I got her gifts for every holiday, and she'd also prepare things carefully for me. Sometimes it was a scarf she knitted herself, with her name embroidered on it. Sometimes it was out-of-print books she'd collected for years, full of her reading notes and thoughts. Sometimes it was stuff from her hometown. Homemade roasted pre-Qingming tea. They weren't expensive, but all made with great care. After graduation, I wanted her to work at Fang Group, but she refused flat out. She ended up joining my cousin's company, over these years with her own hard work. She got promoted to sales manager. Half a year ago, my mom got sick. I was overseas negotiating a project. Even though Mom had a nanny taking care of her, Liu Ru Yan was still worried sick. Without saying a word, she took her annual leave ahead of time. She stayed at the hospital around the clock to care for my mom for more than a week, and never complained once. My mom didn't think much of Liu Ru Yan at first. She thought we weren't a good match socially, saying girls from small families like that, when it comes to major issues, will definitely be too petty and can't handle big matters. She always thought a business, marriage would help me more. But after this incident, my mom was super satisfied with her future daughter-in-law. As soon as I got back to the country, she set the wedding date, told us to get married at the end of the year, and told me to never make Liu Ru Yan feel wronged. Liu Ru Yan is smart and independent, opinionated, gentle, and caring at the same time. Of course, I had no problem with that. But what I didn't expect was, Qiang had only been back in the country for half a month. When Liu Ru Yan suddenly changed completely, she used to know her boundaries really well, but now she had none at all. The day Qiang came back, Liu Ru Yan told me her childhood friend was back, and she wanted to throw him a welcome dinner that night. I didn't think much of it. I just thought it was a normal friend gathering. That night, I saw her best friend post a video on her WeChat moments. In the video, there was a pretty boy sitting next to Liu Ru Yan. They were acting super intimate, sitting really close to each other. What shocked me even more was Liu Ru Yan was drinking cup after cup of alcohol. You know, we'd been together for 5 years. I'd never seen Liu Ru Yan drink before. She's worked in sales for these years. Even during business dinners, she never drank. She only drank soft drinks instead, even when I was in a good mood sometimes, and asked Liu Ru Yan to have a few drinks with me. She turned me down, saying she hated the taste of alcohol. Watching how bold she looked drinking in that video, I almost couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't sit still right then. I drove straight to that private room. When I got there, the party was almost over. Liu Ru Yan's face was flushed red. She was stumbling when she walked. She was pretty drunk. That pretty boy was helping her walk. They looked really close. From far away, it looked like they were hugging. I got furious right away. I walked up and slapped that pretty boy across the face and kicked him flying with one foot. Liu Ru Yan was shocked by the sudden turn of events. She sobered up most of the way. When she saw it was me, the panic on her face was obvious. She hurried over to pull me back. Honey, what are you doing here? How could you hit someone? Her childhood friends and best friends saw how furious I was. All of them were too scared to make a sound. They didn't even dare to breathe loudly. That pretty boy stared at me fiercely. His eyes were full of hatred, but he's a really good actor. He immediately stumbled to his feet, holding his stomach with both hands. Fine sweat was beading on his forehead, but he forced himself to hold on. He smiled at Liu Ru Yan. His face was pale and the smile looked forced. Sis Ru Yan, I'm fine. Really, I'm okay. This is your fiancé, right? Hurry up and explain to him. Don't fight over me. I'm fine, really. After he said that, he deliberately stumbled a little, like he was about to pass out any second. But then he clenched his teeth and stood firm. The pretty boy looked up and met my eyes. You're Feng Yuan, right? It's all my fault. Sis Ru Yan drank too much. I was just trying to help her stand, that's all. I grew up with Sis Ru Yan. Our relationship is totally innocent. Please don't get the wrong idea. Liu Ru Yan looked at me with a complicated expression. Honey, I really had too much to drink. So I asked Qiang to help me walk. You really misunderstood. I glanced around the room. I looked at him mockingly. Oh, really? You have so many childhood girlfriends here, none of them would help you. Instead, you let this pretty boy hold you up.
Do you think I'm blind or something?
Liu Ru Yan's face went pale. She opened her mouth, but no words came out for ages. She couldn't say a single word. I ignored her after that. I turned around and left right away. Liu Ru Yan panicked. She immediately ran after me. Even when Qiang pretended to pass out, she only glanced back at him once and didn't pay him any more attention. For the next 2 weeks, Qiang kept calling Liu Ru Yan in the middle of the night. Sometimes he said he wasn't feeling well and wanted Liu Ru Yan to come visit him. Other times he said he was scared of thunder and couldn't sleep alone. Then he'd say he fell down and couldn't walk and stuff like that. But Liu Ru Yan hung up on him immediately every single time. She never went to see him even once. But I could tell she wanted to go. Otherwise she wouldn't, after turning him down each time. Secretly text him to calm him down later. I saw all of this happen. Gradually I stopped caring that much. It's not like I have to marry her, right? She's just my fiancée for now anyway. She's not actually my wife yet. I can keep dating her till I find someone better. There's no way I'm marrying her, that's for sure. After I finished dinner with Bai Ningbing, I drove her home first. It was already midnight when I got back to my place. All the lights in the house were off. I thought Liu Ru Yan hadn't come home yet. When I turned on the light, I saw her sitting on the sofa looking completely broken. Her eyes were all red. She'd obviously been crying. When she saw me, she threw herself into my arms. "Honey, I thought you weren't coming home tonight." Her lips were trembling. She was rambling incoherently. "Honey, I know I was wrong. I shouldn't have lied to you." I dropped Qiang off at the hospital and came right back. I didn't stay there even a minute longer than I had to. Things between him and me aren't what you think. Qiang and I are neighbors. He's been weak and sickly since he was a kid. His parents worked abroad for years. He only had his grandma to rely on. I felt bad for him, so I took care of him a lot when we were little. He just came back to the country not long ago. His parents went back to their hometown too. He has no one to look after him here. "Honey, you're the only person I ever loved. Please don't be mad at me, okay?" When she saw my expression soften a little, she kept talking. There was a hint of pleading in her voice. "Honey, as a woman myself, I can tell Bai Ningbing looks at you weirdly. She's definitely got an ulterior motive for getting close to you. Can you just—" I couldn't help but laugh angrily. "Liu Ru Yan, you can tell Bai Ningbing looks at me wrong. Then can you tell Qiang looks at you wrong?" Liu Ru Yan's body went stiff the second she heard that. She yanked her head up from my chest, looking at me with tear-filled eyes. She looked confused and hurt that I'd ask her that. Qiang, Liu Ru Yan immediately tried to defend him. I was already fed up with this conversation. I pushed her away and turned to walk into the bathroom. Sure enough, you can never wake up someone who's pretending to be asleep. For a while after that, our relationship was purely physical, no feelings involved. I used to hit her up first all the time. Now I only do whatever I feel like. I can't fault her looks, that's for sure. She has delicate facial features and a killer body. Wherever she goes, she's always the center of attention. Liu Ru Yan actually behaved a lot better too. She came home right after work every day, brought me little gifts every now and then, and talked to me super carefully. Scared she'd make me mad. I left the house super early one morning. Liu Ru Yan hesitated for a long time before she finally spoke up. "Honey, Qiang hasn't found a job since he came back. His parents asked me to help him out a bit. I was thinking of getting him a job at our company, so I can show him the ropes." I turned around and looked at her coldly, the disappointment in my eyes growing stronger by the second. "Suit yourself." With that said, I frowned and turned to leave right away. Liu Ru Yan saw I looked off and panicked immediately. "Honey, I'll just scrap the plan, okay? Don't be mad." In the afternoon, Bai Ningbing called me. Her voice was soft and weak, saying she had a nightmare. I could tell she was in really bad mental shape. The Bai family lives right next to my Fang family's old residence. We're only separated by a wall. I headed over to the Bai's house. Nanny Wang answered the door. "Young Master Fang, you're here." I nodded and went straight upstairs. Bai Ningbing's bedroom door was left open. I stepped right inside. Her room was decorated in a super girly, all-pink color scheme. A faint, sweet scent filled the room. The pink bed was covered with plush toys. There was a cartoon-style vanity table, too. When Bai Ningbing saw me come in, she forced herself to sit up. "Brother Feng Yuan, you're here." Her voice was still a little weak and sounded really stuffed up. Her eyes were all red. "Brother Feng Yuan, I'm fine, really. I just dreamed of my parents and feel a little tired." She coughed a few times as she spoke. Her round shoulders were trembling slightly. Bai Ningbing was already stunningly beautiful, especially her pair of long, straight legs. Even Liu Ru Yan couldn't compare. Right now she looked even more fragile, and so easy to feel sorry for. I fondly patted her little head. She unconsciously nuzzled against my palm. "All right, I'm free this afternoon. I can take you to Lotus Temple to burn incense and pray." I grabbed a coat for her and took her out the door. We just got to the entrance of Lotus Temple when we ran right into Liu Ru Yan and Qiang. Bai Ningbing immediately faked a weak look and collapsed into my arms. When Liu Ru Yan saw Bai Ningbing leaning fully against me, her eyes went red instantly. She stormed over to question me. "Honey, I'm your fiancé. How could you hold her?" I laughed and glanced playfully at Qiang. "So you're allowed to mess around with a pretty boy." but I'm not allowed to take care of other people. Liu Ru Yan, don't be so double-standard. Liu Ru Yan was immediately tongue-tied. It took her a while to rush to defend herself. Qiang has chest tightness, and the medicine isn't working. So I brought him here to pray. He doesn't have many friends here. I just wanted to help him. Binding Bing blinked her eyes, looking totally innocent. Miss Liu, you know that I have really bad low blood sugar. I got super dizzy climbing the hill just now, and couldn't stand straight. All my family are abroad, so I could only ask Brother Feng Yuan for help. Look at that pretty boy of yours. He's standing fine without you holding him, right? Binding Bing opened her mouth exaggeratedly. Is he faking being sick? Liu Ru Yan flew into a rage, and raised her hand to hit Binding Bing. What the hell are you talking about? What, my pretty boy? Shut your mouth right now. Before her slap could land, I slapped her across the face first, smack. The sharp sound of the slap sounded extra harsh in the Lotus Temple courtyard. The nearby tourists started murmuring, and a lot of them looked over. Liu Ru Yan. Have you had enough of this nonsense? Liu Ru Yan's face was turned to the side from the slap. She stayed frozen in that position, like she was stunned by the hit. Binding Bing looked really happy, and unconsciously snuggled deeper into my arms, then looked up at me playfully. Nanitieu rushed over immediately, and stood in front of Liu Ru Yan to protect her. Feng Yuan, how could you hit Sister Ru Yan? I know this is all my fault. I caused the misunderstanding between you two. I'm sorry. I won't cause any more trouble. I'll leave right now. Liu Ru Yan turned her head and yanked Qiang aside. Qiang stumbled and almost fell, looking totally shocked. Liu Ru Yan stared at me in disbelief, her eyes completely red. Feng Yuan, you hit me. I raised an eyebrow. What? You think you didn't deserve it? Binding Bing is such a kind person. Why do you keep picking on her? You've really let me down. After that, I didn't wait for Liu Ru Yan's response, and took Binding Bing to offer incense. After we left Lotus Temple, I took Binding Bing for a fancy meal. I finally got her to fall asleep. It was already 2 a.m. when I got home. Liu Ru Yan was already asleep. I didn't think much of it. I took a shower and crawled into bed. Unexpectedly, Liu Ru Yan snuggled up to me right away. Honey, I thought a lot after I got home tonight. I know I've been too close to Qiang lately. That's why you deliberately brought Binding Bing to upset me. But I swear, I never did anything to betray you. I've always treated Qiang like my own brother. He went to the hospital for a checkup tonight. The doctor said he has late-stage lung cancer. He doesn't have much time left. I already called his parents to come take care of him. I'll keep a proper distance from now on. Don't be mad at me, okay? As she spoke, she leaned towards me. For the next month, Binding Bing went to Bali for her cousin's wedding. I was in the middle of negotiating a big project. I was swamped with work. A private investigator was keeping an eye on Liu Ru Yan's every move. She didn't do anything out of line, except that Qiang's parents met Liu Ru Yan several times. I didn't pay much attention to that, but I noticed Liu Ru Yan looked more and more haggard. She looked preoccupied every single day. She tried to speak several times but held back. I didn't bother asking since she wouldn't say anything. She started having insomnia. She tossed and turned all night, unable to sleep. Her eyes got redder and redder, all bloodshot. 1 month later, the private investigator sent me 2 videos. In one of them, Qiang's parents were kneeling in front of Liu Ru Yan, begging her. The 2 old people were crying so hard they could barely breathe. The video was shot from far away, so there was no audio. During dinner that night, Liu Ru Yan personally served me rice, then gently served me soup, and even thoughtfully massaged my shoulders. She bit her lip and hesitated to speak several times, before she finally spoke carefully. Honey, Qiang really does have late-stage lung cancer. I saw his diagnosis report. You know, we grew up together. He's the only child in his family. His parents knelt down and begged me today. They want me to bear Qiang a child to carry on his family line. She saw my expression turn cold, and hurried to explain. Honey, you can trust me. I only love you. We'll only do IVF. I will never do anything to betray you. Hearing what she said, my mind went blank with a buzz. I almost wondered if there was something wrong with my ears. Even though I was mentally prepared for this, hearing her say this out loud still completely shattered my worldview. Good thing I'd already planned to leave her. The last tiny bit of affection I had for her completely vanished right then. I suddenly remembered when we were teenagers, the joke Binding Bing once told me, Brother Feng Yuan. Look how high the divorce rate is now. I'm too scared to get married. I've decided not to date or get married. How about we have a kid together later? I'll raise the baby on my own, what do you think? I curled my lips into a smile at the memory. You know what, honey? My childhood sweetheart Bai Ningbing. Yeah, she's a non-marriage believer. The only thing she wants is to have a child of her own. She doesn't trust any other guys. She's scared of getting tangled up, so she insists on having the kid with me. Don't worry, we won't do IVF. I'll come right back once she's pregnant. You love me so much. You'll definitely agree, right? Liu Ru Yan's face turned pale in an instant. Her eyes filled with disbelief. The hand massaging my shoulder froze suddenly. Her fingertips were ice cold, shaking nonstop. What did you say? She stared straight at me, looking dazed like her whole world just collapsed.
Bai Ningbing.
Non-marriage believer. She wants to have a kid with you. Yeah? I looked at her confusedly, like I was confused by her reaction. Bai Ningbing doesn't want to get married, but she wants a child of her own. She thinks I have good genes, and we're childhood sweethearts. I'm a reliable person. I definitely won't pester her afterwards. I think her idea is pretty good. She's not a stranger after all. It's just helping someone out, right? Right. Are you crazy? Liu Ru Yan heard every single word clearly, as if she couldn't believe her own ears. Then she stormed right up to me, screaming at me hysterically. Feng Yuan, do you have any idea what you're saying? Bai Ningbing wants you to father her child. What do you take me, Liu Ru Yan, for? I'm your fiancé. We're about to get married, you asshole. I looked at her mockingly. Liu Ru Yan, I'm just helping my childhood sweetheart have a kid. What are you throwing a fit for? Let me tell you something. If you don't agree to this, we're breaking up. Hearing me mention breakup, Liu Ru Yan completely broke down. She tore at her own hair like a lunatic. Feng Yuan, you asshole, you cheating scumbag. You're dumping me for that little green tea bitch. We've been together for 5 whole years. How can you do this to me? I slowly wiped my mouth with a napkin, while watching her melt down with amusement. Liu Ru Yan, our 5-year relationship, was already totally gone the moment you offered to do IVF to have Qiang's baby. Wasn't it? Liu Ru Yan, didn't I tell you before? Don't be such a double-standard hypocrite. She saw me putting on my coat to leave, and slowly came to her senses. She panicked completely. Tears kept pattering down her face. Honey, this is different. Nancio is dying, I stood at the room door and waved to cut her off. Liu Ru Yan, whatever you do is none of my business. The second you said those words, there was no chance for us anymore. Now that we've broken up, I'll put this house up for sale immediately. You're on your own now. No. When Liu Ru Yan saw I was really leaving, she lunged at me crying and gripped my arm tightly. Honey, we're not breaking up. I was wrong. I really know I messed up. I will never agree to Qiang's request, I swear. I'll call them right now to turn it down, I promise. Feng Yuan, I'm begging you. We're about to get married soon. You can't leave me. She looked up at me, shaking her head constantly, her eyes full of fear and pleading. Tears kept falling nonstop. Let go. My voice had no emotional fluctuation at all. I'm not letting go, Feng Yuan. Give me one more chance, please. Just one last time. I promise I'll listen to you for everything from now on. I'll never see Qiang again. We can live a good life together, honey. I'll have your kids. Only yours? My patience was completely worn out. I shoved her away hard. She let out a shocked cry and fell heavily onto the floor. She didn't even care about the pain, just stared at me with eyes full of fear and despair. Tears burst out like a flood. She kept shaking her head. Liu Ru Yan, some words can't be taken back, once said, like that baby you wanted to have for Qiang, like the breakup I just proposed. There's no way we'll ever get back together. After that, I turned around resolutely and slammed the door shut with a bang. No, Feng Yuan. Feng Yuan, come back. Her broken, desperate sobs came from inside the room. I walked straight out of the gate and didn't look back. Once I sat in the car, I called my assistant immediately. I told him to handle the sale of this apartment urgently. This large downtown flat is very close to Fang Group and my cousin's company. I bought it considering Liu Ru Yan's commute convenience back then. I drove back to the Fang family old mansion. The butler, Uncle Fu, was surprised to see me back late at night. Young master, you're back. I nodded. I'll be staying at home for this period, and I'll eat here too. Make proper arrangements. Understood, young master. Over the next few days, Liu Ru Yan went crazy, looking for me everywhere. She came to my company to make a scene, and was directly kicked out ruthlessly by security guards. When she went to the Fang family mansion, she couldn't even get past the gate. She blew up my phone with calls almost non-stop. I just deleted and blocked her all at once. My mom was on vacation overseas. I told her over the phone that I was canceling the wedding with Liu Ru Yan. I told her everything that happened during this period without holding back, sparing every single detail. My mom was silent for a long time on the other end of the line, before letting out a sigh. Her tone sounded a little desolate. All right, son. Whatever decision you make. Mom will definitely support you. I sold that large flat at below market price. My assistant said Liu Ru Yan didn't want to move out. The bodyguards he brought dragged her out by force. The next evening, I just got home. It wasn't Uncle Fu who opened the door. It was Bai Ningbing instead. When she saw me, she jumped right onto me. Her long legs wrapped around my waist. The sudden move gave me a huge scare. Bai Ningbing, why are you back? Where's Uncle Fu? Surprise, brother Feng Yuan. As soon as my cousin's wedding ended, I rushed back right away. I wanted to give you a little surprise. She buried her face in my neck and rubbed it gently. Her voice was soft and sweet. Aunt Wang came to visit the backyard Uncle Fu carefully tended. They are chatting about private stuff. Let's not bother them. Brother Feng Yuan. I heard you broke up with Liu Ru Yan. Is that true? My face went cold instantly. I put her down. I said in an annoyed tone. Is that true? You have the nerve to ask me that. Be honest with me. Qiang's parents lost their jobs abroad and were forced to return to China. Did you have something to do with that? Seeing me questioning her, Bai Ningbing felt extremely wronged. Her eyes turned red right away. She bit her lip tightly to hold back her tears. I know I was wrong, brother Feng Yuan. Please don't scold me anymore. I just don't want you to marry someone else. I want you to marry me. Looking at her upset look, I couldn't bring myself to scold her after all. When Bai Ningbing was very little, her parents died in a plane crash. Her grandpa was busy expanding business overseas and had no time to take care of her. Bai Ningbing grew up, living in my house until she went to high school. She had no family around her. She had no sense of security, feared the dark and thunder. She didn't dare sleep alone. Most of the time, she would stand by my bed in her pajamas in the middle of the night, barefoot, without saying a word, staring straight at me with her big eyes. Her eyes were full of awkwardness and anxiety, until I opened my arms to hold her. She would smile and throw herself into my arms. For her entire childhood, she almost lived with me, until she graduated from high school. Her grandpa took her abroad to study. My mom didn't approve of me dating Liu Ru Yan back then. She wanted me to have a business marriage. The marriage partner was actually Bai Ningbing, but I was set on Liu Ru Yan back then, so I turned it down. It said Bai Ningbing got seriously ill abroad back then. It was pretty severe. She lost a lot of weight. When Qiang and Bai Ningbing returned to China one after another this time, I sensed something was wrong. These days, I found out after looking into it. Qiang's parents work at a subsidiary, owned by the Bai family. Seeing I was zoning out, Bai Ningbing came over timidly and tugged my shirt corner. Don't be mad at me anymore, brother Feng Yuan. I know I was wrong. This girl knows I'm a soft touch. When we were little, whenever she acted cute, I would take the blame for her no matter how big the trouble was. She really has me wrapped around her finger. Fine, I'm not that mad anyway. At least through this incident, I got to see Liu Ru Yan's true colors ahead of time. Otherwise, if we got divorced after marriage, I would definitely lose a huge sum of money. Bai Ningbing lifted her head suddenly. Her eyes lit up brightly. She had a big, bright smile. Really? You don't blame me anymore, brother Feng Yuan. This girl's mood changes so fast. I said helplessly. No, I don't blame you anymore. She jumped onto me again all of a sudden and gave me a loud smooch on the cheek. I knew it. You are the nicest to me, brother Feng Yuan. Okay. Get off me now. I'm not getting off. You haven't said you will marry me yet. Bai Ningbing and I just finished eating. Uncle Fu walked over hesitantly. Young master. Miss Liu is here again. Do you want to see her? I just walked out of the villa. Liu Ru Yan's gaze was fixed on Bai Ningbing standing behind me. Bai Ningbing is no less pretty than her. She is 5 centimeters taller than Liu Ru Yan, and a few years younger than Liu Ru Yan, too. Liu Ru Yan's eyes turned red instantly, looking like she wanted to eat Bai Ningbing alive. It's you, you little green tea bitch. Did you seduce my fiancé and make him break up with me? You evil woman. With that, she tried to rush up to fight Bai Ningbing. Bai Ningbing was badly startled and quickly hid behind me. I smacked Liu Ru Yan hard across the face. Liu Ru Yan was charging too fast and already off balance. The slap made her stagger hard. She fell to the ground with a loud thud. She lifted her head. Her face was twisted with shock. Her voice was choked with sobs. Feng Yuan, you hit me for this green tea, bitch. I looked down at Liu Ru Yan coldly. Stop spouting nonsense here. Why did we break up? Don't you know perfectly well? Why don't you go have kids with your childhood sweetheart? Instead of pestering me everywhere. Liu Ru Yan's face turned pale instantly. She kept shaking her head. That's not true, Ayuan. It's not like that at all. I'm wrong, I'm really so wrong. I haven't had any contact with Qiang lately. Ayuan, I really only love you. Can you give me one more chance, please? I really only see Qiang as a little brother. I never did anything to betray you, Ayuan. Please believe me.
You're the only one I love.
She crawled over to grab the hem of my pants. I easily dodged her hand. The look I gave her had none of the old warmth. Nothing but pure coldness. Little brother, you really opened my eyes today? The kind of lover brother you can have kids with. Miss Liu, I'll say this one more time. We have already broken up. Whether you keep in touch with Qiang or not later, it has absolutely nothing to do with me. Miss Liu, you should leave right now. Don't make me look down on you. After saying that, I winked at Uncle Fu. Uncle Fu immediately brought 2 bodyguards to carry Liu Ru Yan out of the house. No! Liu Ru Yan struggled like crazy, letting out miserable screams, but it didn't change a single thing. Liu Ru Yan caused trouble at the villa gate several more times, and got thrown out by Uncle Fu and his men every time. She could only wait for me downstairs at the company. Sometimes she would stand there for half a day, just like a lifeless sculpture. Sometimes she wouldn't leave even when it rained. She just stood there completely motionless. Some rumors started spreading around the company. Many people recognized her as my ex-fiancée. My cousin called me, Aiwan, I heard you broke up with Liu Ru Yan. Is that true? I used to think she was a pretty good match for you. She's been skipping work for no reason lately, and she's totally not focused at work. She already lost several big orders. Plus, a guy keeps coming to pester her. It's already affecting the company's normal operations. If you two really broke up, I'll have to handle this according to company rules. I lay back in my office chair, expressionless. It's true. Cousin, do whatever you need to do. Don't worry about my feelings at all. All right, that's all I need to hear. Okay, cousin. I'll treat you to dinner when I'm free. Sure. I stood by the floor-to-ceiling window, looking at her thin figure downstairs. I thought I had to end this completely once and for all. If she keeps causing trouble like this, it will damage the company's public image, after all. I took the bodyguards and went downstairs, and stood right in front of Liu Ru Yan. She looked extremely haggard at that moment. She had dark circles under her eyes. Her face was pale, with no trace of color at all. When she saw me, her previously lifeless eyes suddenly lit up. Ayuan, I knew you still cared about me. Right. I spoke in a cold tone. Miss Liu. My voice was icy cold. It was over between us a long time ago. There's no point in pestering me like this. You know, when it comes to relationships, I never change the decisions I've made. She knelt down with a heavy thud. Tears silently rolled down her face. That's not true, Ayuan. I'm not deliberately pestering you. I just beg you to give me one more chance. She shook her head desperately. Her voice was completely hoarse. I really know I was wrong, Ayuan. I shouldn't have softened my heart to Qiang. I shouldn't have agreed to that ridiculous request of his. But I really never betrayed you. You're the only person I love with all my heart. I really just wanted to help him out. I looked at Liu Ru Yan with no expression on my face. Miss Liu, I agreed to meet you. Not to listen to this meaningless nonsense. I just want to show you something interesting. I took out my phone and removed Liu Ru Yan from my blacklist. I hired a private investigator to keep tabs on people back then. Liu Ru Yan wasn't the only one I was watching. Qiang was also under my surveillance. I sent him another video. Liu Ru Yan tapped to open it. Her eyes suddenly went wide. The video clearly captured Qiang and his whole family plotting the entire scheme. In a remote corner of the hospital, Qiang was grinning smugly. Mom, Dad, don't worry. This medical record is fake. If I say I'm dying, and you go beg Sister Ru Yan, she'll definitely agree to have a baby with me. Liu Ru Yan has always been soft-hearted since she was little. Cold on the outside, but soft inside. If we all beg her, she'll definitely say yes. I've liked Sister Ru Yan since we were kids. Even if I can't have her for good, I'll never let her marry someone else. Once she has my baby, she'll never have the heart to leave him. Then she'll be mine for the rest of her life. Qiang's mom's eyes lit up. Honey, I think this plan works. I heard Liu Ru Yan is a sales manager at a big company. Her salary is way higher than I could ever imagine. If she marries our Qiang, we'll be set for our retirement. Qiang's dad was so excited he rubbed his hands together, his eyes sparkling. All right, let's do this. Our Qiang is such a smart kid. That's my boy, true He family blood. Liu Ru Yan couldn't believe her eyes. Those shameless voices from the video and the greedy, scheming, smug faces of Qiang's whole family were like a knife, twisting over and over in Liu Ru Yan's heart. Liu Ru Yan completely lost it and burst out laughing. I'm such an idiot. I was played like a fool by his entire family this whole time. I watched Liu Ru Yan lose her mind and felt no sympathy for her at all. She didn't have the face to beg for my forgiveness anymore. She left in a mess, laughing and crying at the same time. Soon she got a call from her boss. Liu Ru Yan, you've skipped work multiple times for no reason and caused the company to lose a 10 million yuan order after a unanimous decision by the company's shareholders. We are terminating your employment, and you will never be hired here again. After she hung up the phone, her mom called right away and started yelling at her nonstop. Liu Ru Yan, you useless girl! Did Feng Yuan dump you? What the hell are you doing? Where's the million-yuan bride price the Fang family promised? What about the big villa and the million-yuan luxury car they promised? Are they all gone now? How did I give birth to such a useless thing? Listen to me, Liu Ru Yan. The apartment for your brother's wedding next year is still waiting for the Fang family's money to pay for it. You're telling me it's all off just like that? I already told all our relatives that you're getting married at the end of the year. Where am I supposed to put my face now? What is your brother supposed to do? Liu Ru Yan, I'm warning you. I don't care what method you use. Beg him if you have to. Kneel down to him if you need to. Even if you have to be Feng Yuan's mistress. You have to win this son-in-law back for me. This marriage can't be off, no way. Do you hear me? If you can't get Feng Yuan to forgive you, I'll disown you as my daughter. Her mom's furious voice was still going on from the other end of the line. Liu Ru Yan hung up expressionlessly. All hope was completely dead in her heart. She walked for who knows how long. When she looked up, she realized she had unknowingly arrived at the community where Qiang rented an apartment. Qiang's parents also lived here after they came to the city. The irony was, she was the one paying the rent. She took the elevator to the 13th floor and knocked on the door. When the three members of the He family saw it was Liu Ru Yan, they were overjoyed. Ru Yan, you're here. Come on in, take a seat. Qiang's parents quickly winked at Qiang. Hansio immediately coughed a few times. Pretending to be terminally ill, Sister Ru Yan, why have you been avoiding me these days? I know it's all my fault. I don't deserve to ask you to have a baby with me. Sister Ru Yan, just forget about me. Let me die in peace. Let the He family line end with me. He started crying right on cue. This is my fate. I don't blame Sister Ru Yan at all. Liu Ru Yan's eyes were empty, staring straight at Qiang. She pulled out her phone expressionlessly and played that video right in front of the He family. The faces of the three He family members froze instantly. The room fell completely dead silent. The line father, he said in the video, that's definitely a kid from my old He family. The trailing tone of that line kept echoing through the room. Liu Ru Yan just stared at them quietly, like she was looking at three filthy, extremely disgusting pieces of trash. After Qiang came to his senses, he hurried to defend himself. Sister Ru Yan, this isn't real. This video is fake. It's Feng Yuan, right? He must have given it to you. He's jealous of our relationship. He's trying to frame me. Sister Ru Yan, you have to believe me. I heard Feng Yuan dumped you. If he doesn't want you, I do. Sister Ru Yan, I've liked you since I was little. Say something, will you? Liu Ru Yan beat Qiang up really badly, kicked his entire family out of the room, and made them sleep on the street. Right then, I just finished showering and laid down, but Bai Ningbing snuck into my room silently, looking at me all pitiful and sad, asking me over and over again, Feng Yuan, will you marry me or not? Yes, I'll marry you, okay.